She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Grab your popcorn, take a seat, and get ready, because what's about to unfold on daytime television is nothing short of explosive. One of the most notorious and long-standing voices of the industry has just been shown the door after years of fiery debates, headline-making clashes, and unapologetic opinions that have kept viewers on edge. Yes, we're talking about The View's Joy Behar. But this isn't some voluntary exit. No, this is a fiery showdown that ended with Behar being ousted from the show. And it wasn't just her actions on air that led to this. There's a massive, high-stakes battle brewing behind the scenes. What led to this dramatic departure? Enter Karoline Leavitt, a 27-year-old conservative powerhouse who, reports suggest, may have played a pivotal role in Behar's surprising exit. This isn't just a shift in TV personalities. It's a seismic event, one that could change the dynamics of daytime talk shows for good. So, how exactly did Joy Behar's decades-long reign come crashing down? The answer can be traced to a single moment on The View, during a segment where Behar crossed a line that no one saw coming. For those who aren't familiar, The View has always been a stage for strong personalities, sharp debates, and occasionally controversial remarks, but this time, Behar took it one step too far. While discussing Karoline Leavitt, who had recently been appointed as White House press secretary under Donald Trump's administration, Behar opted not to focus on Leavitt's credentials or experience. Instead, she took aim at something far more superficial: Leavitt's looks. Behar, with her trademark sharp tongue, quipped,
ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to.
She's probably only in that position because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. The room went silent for a brief moment, with awkward laughter hanging in the air. The comment was intended as a joke, but the backlash was anything but funny. Within seconds, social media exploded. Hashtags like #FireJoyBehar and #BoycottTheView started trending, as viewers from all sides of the political spectrum began to denounce Behar's remarks as sexist, demeaning, and hypocritical. Behar, a self-proclaimed feminist, had just undermined a woman's career by reducing her to nothing more than her appearance. Critics were quick to point out the glaring double standard. Behar, who's long advocated for women's rights and equality, had now belittled another woman based on something she had no control over: her looks. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on anyone. It didn't take long for Karoline Leavitt to respond.
Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything that.
The young press secretary didn't sit idly by while Behar's comment rattled the media world. In fact, she took to social media with a fierce statement, calling out Behar for her blatant disregard of her accomplishments and for perpetuating the toxic culture that holds women back. This is exactly the kind of rhetoric that hinders women's progress, Leavitt said, adding that she had worked tirelessly to earn her position and deserved to be judged for her merits, not her looks. This was no ordinary response. It was a direct challenge to Behar's decades-long influence on The View and a call to action for anyone who believes in true gender equality. Leavitt's statement struck a chord with many conservatives, who eagerly took up her cause, quickly turning the conversation into a media firestorm. As the drama unfolded, conservative outlets turned Behar into the villain of the week, using her remark to launch a full-throated campaign against her. The pressure on ABC was mounting, fast. Advertisers, concerned about the negative backlash, began threatening to pull their ads. The network found itself in the middle of a political and financial nightmare. Viewers weren't just angry, they were demanding action. This wasn't simply a case of social media outrage. This was a full-blown public relations disaster. Then came the bombshell that took this story to an entirely new level. Rumors started swirling about a possible defamation lawsuit against Behar and The View. While no formal legal action had been confirmed at that point, the speculation was enough to send ripples through the industry. Leavitt's team, according to reports, was considering their options, and the threat of a high-profile lawsuit sent shockwaves through ABC's corporate offices. The legal implications were serious, and the network was suddenly staring down the possibility of a costly and embarrassing lawsuit. The combination of public outrage and potential legal action forced ABC executives into crisis mode. As the situation continued to spiral out of control, high-profile figures from both sides of the political spectrum weighed in. Conservative politicians demanded that Behar be held accountable for her words, while others questioned whether the network had the courage to stand by its longtime star. Inside ABC, there was no clear consensus on how to handle the situation. The pressure was mounting, and the network faced an impossible decision: should they back Behar, as they had done in the past, or cut ties with her to protect the brand? Ultimately, the decision was made behind closed doors. Behar, whether she was fired outright or gently pushed out, was no longer a part of The View. The news hit like a bombshell, leaving both her supporters and critics stunned. Behar, a fixture on the show for decades, was suddenly gone, and the landscape of daytime television would never be the same. Insiders suggest that Behar didn't see it coming. She believed that ABC would continue to support her as they had done in the past when controversies arose. But this time, things were different. With the combination of social media outrage, potential legal issues, and the growing pressure from conservative media, ABC had no choice but to part ways with one of its most outspoken and controversial figures. While Karoline Leavitt may not have been the sole factor in Behar's departure, it's clear that her sharp response played a significant role in accelerating the situation. Her quick-witted clapback put Behar on the defensive and galvanized conservative media, which had long been critical of The View's liberal bias. The controversy turned into a full-fledged media firestorm, and the pressure on ABC executives was palpable. While Leavitt never directly called for Behar's firing, her public challenge to Behar's remarks was a game-changer. The public reaction was swift and unforgiving, and Behar's position at The View became increasingly untenable. With Behar gone, the big question on everyone's mind is, what now? How will The View move forward without one of its most iconic and controversial voices? Rumors are already swirling about potential replacements. Names like Ana Navarro, who's already a frequent guest on the panel, and Jen Psaki, the former White House press secretary, have been tossed around. But can anyone truly fill Behar's shoes? Would a new hire bring the same fiery energy that Behar did, or will ABC take a safer route to avoid another public relations disaster? As for Joy Behar, it remains to be seen what her next move will be. Despite her ousting from The View, insiders suggest she's far from done. Will she transition to another network? Could she become a wild-card guest on Fox News? Or perhaps she'll venture into the world of podcasts, where she can have more freedom to express her opinions without the constraints of network television. Whatever happens, it's clear that Behar isn't going down without a fight. She's made a career out of pushing boundaries, and it's likely she'll continue to do so in some form. As for Karoline Leavitt, her role in this controversy has certainly catapulted her into the national spotlight. What started as a simple disagreement on The View has now made her a key figure in conservative media. This incident could very well be the springboard for her future endeavors, perhaps a career in television, or even a higher-profile role in politics. One viral moment has changed the trajectory of her career, and her star is only rising. The question now is, where does she go from here? With Joy Behar's departure, ABC faces a crucial turning point. The fallout from this drama is far from over, and only time will tell what impact it will have on The View's future. Will the show gain a new, more conservative audience, or will longtime viewers feel betrayed by the shake-up? And will this controversy mark the beginning of a new era in daytime television, one where the lines between politics and entertainment become even more blurred? What do you think? Was Joy Behar's exit justified, or did she get unfairly silenced? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation is just getting started.